Hello, I'm Indiana Governor Mike Pence. These are difficult days for too many Americans. Our economy isn't growing as fast as we'd like, and businesses aren't creating as many jobs as we need. In states like Indiana, we're working every day to give people more freedom to grow their businesses. But the overregulation, higher taxes, and new mandates coming from Washington, D.C. are stifling our economy and hurting efforts being made in states across the country. Everywhere I go in Indiana, I meet business owners and workers who are in survival mode. They're trying to figure out how to survive the new normal of more regulations, higher taxes, and the impending costs and mandates of the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. As implementation of this law gets closer, we're learning more about the burdens it'll place on hardworking Americans. In Indiana, the Affordable Care Act will raise the average cost of health insurance in the individual market by an unaffordable 72%. In addition, the Obama administration is creating confusion in the marketplace. From its suspension of the cap on out-of-pocket expenses to providing subsidies without verifying income, to a one-year suspension of the employer mandate, this health care law is weighing down our economy. It's costing jobs, discouraging investment, and making the future bleak for too many families. But there is an alternative to waiting on Washington, D.C. to come to its senses, and more Americans are realizing every day that the cure for what ails this country is starting to emerge. Not in our nation's capital, but in our nation's state capitals. All across this country, 30 Republican governors are working hard to push back and preserve freedom. While Washington raises taxes, Republican governors are cutting them. As Washington stifles job growth by adding new regulations, Republican governors are adding jobs by eliminating unneeded regulations and bringing fresh approaches to some of the nation's greatest challenges. Nowhere is this more true than in healthcare. Here in Indiana, we run a nationally recognized program called the Healthy Indiana Plan. The Healthy Indiana Plan offers the uninsured an affordable healthcare plan with savings accounts that they control. Giving people in Indiana more freedom and more responsibility over their healthcare has improved outcomes, and now 95% of our plan's enrollees are satisfied with their coverage. This is a perfect example of the truth that by letting freedom and personal responsibility work together, you reduce the need for government. Republican governors understand this truth, and the proof is in our results, in balanced budgets, lower taxes, and less regulation that's promoting job growth. These are tough times, and this health care law may make them tougher still. That's why we should always remember on whose shoulders we stand, and never forget, as President Reagan reminded us, that the states created the federal government. The federal government didn't create the states. Our founders insisted that protecting the states' power to govern themselves was vital to limit the power of Washington and preserve freedom. They were right then, and as Republican governors are proving every day, they're even more right now. More freedom and flexibility for the principled leadership emerging in states across this nation can and will promote good health care and a healthy economy. Thanks for listening.